it's good to be back with our second book of sport. And I think this is even better than the first. We've got a marvellous selection of sports for you. We've got things like motorcycling, Davis Cup tennis, table tennis, ice skating, cricket, and a very liberal measure of very good football action. Now, I think you should always get these sort of things off to a very brisk start. And we're certainly going to do that because the action, first of all, is short, sharp, and very exciting. It takes us back to 1979 to the British Motorcycling Grand Prix at Silverstone. Now, there was an all-star field in this, including the then World 500cc champion, Kenny Roberts, from the United States, and also Britain's Barry Sheene, who, of course, was the former world champion. Now, people who saw this race still say it's one of the finest finishes they've ever seen in their lives. So let's go to the starting grid at Silverstone, and there also waiting to get up to maximum revs is Murray Walker.
Watch those lights. Go! And from Woodcote, and look at Barry Sheene doing an absolutely monumental wheelie as the front wheel reared right up and they go down to Cox, lap one. It's Hartog, it's Will Hartog, the lightning starter. Will Hartog in the white leathers, the Dutch grass farmer, on a Suzuki, and behind him is Ferrari, and behind Ferrari is Barry Sheene in third position, and Sheene going up into second place. What a magnificent start, but Ferrari doesn't take that, and he's back into second place as they go round the right-hander at Beckett's down to Chapel Curve, the left-hander, and it is still Hartog, who has made as good a start in the British Grand Prix as he made in the German Grand Prix, which he won. And down and fire! I can't see who the rider is because the smoke has obscured him. Mick Grant! My goodness, it's Mick Grant on the Honda. A bitterly disappointed Mick Grant, who fortunately looks all right. And now this is Kenny Roberts setting about Ferrari, and look at the speed of that Yamaha, because Roberts goes straight past Virginio Ferrari and takes third position and is now closing right up on Barry Sheene. Now the action will really begin, because Barry Sheene will know as soon as he sees the distinctive wheel of Yamaha, and this is the yellow flag out, and the yellow flag is out at Copse, which is, I believe, where Steve Parrish has come off. And look at the symmetry of these riders as they bank to left and right, and they're going down Hanger Straight now at 160 miles an hour, and Roberts takes it. Roberts uses his superior power and blasts past into the lead. Kenny Roberts then, the world champion, who has already won 4 events this year, is the new leader on lap 5 out of 28 in the Marlborough British Grand Prix. Takazumi Katayama is in the pits, and that's the second of the 2 Hondas. Mick Grant out on the very first lap. Katayama and Sheene challenging Hartog for second place as they come down to Woodcote at the end of lap 5. And Hartog's going to retake the lead. And he does so, and a great roar goes up from the crowd. This Dutchman is tremendously popular with the British crowd, this gigantic British crowd. And we're seeing a British Grand Prix, the like of which we haven't seen for a very long time. With Ferrari in 4th place, Van Dulmen in 6th position. Behind Van Dulmen, it's Cicotto, who is 7th. Uncini, who is in 8th position. And behind Uncini in 9th position, Christian Saron, the Frenchman. Sheene leads! Barry Sheene goes through. Marvellous bit of overtaking. Just slid through on the inside of Hartog. And look at the wobble on that bike. Barry Sheene was not at all happy with the handling of his machine in the first 3 sessions of practice. So for the last session, they took a drastic step, changed the front forks to air springing, and Hartog goes through. A tremendous ding-dong battle between 3 of the top riders today, Hartog, Sheene and Roberts, for mastery and the 15 points in the World Championship, each of them implicitly and absolutely trusting the other 2, because you can't do this sort of neck-and-neck riding unless you do so. Roberts setting up to challenge at Woodcote. Hartog, Sheen, Roberts, no change. 7 laps completed. Sheen challenges again. They go up to 150 miles an hour here as they go down through the gears to Copse. Hartog, Sheen and Roberts round Copse. Up to 6th gear, 145 miles an hour here. Putting 125 horsepower through a contact patch on the road through the rear tyre, which is no bigger than your hand. And that's where blue-perfect timing, superlative reflexes, and absolute mastery of the machine occurred from these three. Hartog, who comes from Aberkek in Holland, a grass farmer. There's Roberts going through. Just for how long? Now, Roberts in 2nd place. But there is a fantastic cat and mouse game going on between these three. Neither willingly giving an inch to the other, each trusting the other two. And I do have a feeling, nevertheless, that Kenny Roberts, notwithstanding the fact that he must have started the race in a worried state of mind with oil on the rear of his machine, has got the upper hand here. Simply because there is something about the way he is riding that makes me think, and did Roberts' hand off the throttle there? His knee comes out. Hartog is a bit of a distance away. They're closing up on a tail ender now. And Sheen is right behind Roberts. And the tail ender is Ron Haslam, who I hadn't expected to start because he came off in practice and did himself a power of no good. Hartog leading. This is lap 10 out of 28. And now Hartog easing away a little, making my prophecy about Kenny Roberts look a little wrong as he does so, because Hartog has for the first time got a discernible lead. But this is where, going down Hanger Straight, Kenny Roberts, time after time, has managed to feed through more power through the twist grip under his right hand and gain on the Suzukis in front of him. And he's done so as he comes into Woodcote Corner, into Stowe Corner, out of it in 3rd gear, up the very fast stretch, down to Club, 3rd gear. Hartog, Sheen in 3rd position. Roberts sandwiched between the two of them. Ferrari is still in 4th place. Van Dulman is still in 5th place. In 6th position, it is still 79 750cc Cecotto. Then behind Cecotto, and Roberts leads into Woodcote. Now, as the roar goes up from the crowd, who are seeing some magnificent motorcycle racing, it's very, very seldom that you see as close a scrap as this for the lead. Barry Sheen comes out of Roberts' slipstream. You notice the way that they are studiously avoiding that patch of concrete dust on the corner at Copse, because they know that underneath it is oil. And watch too, Virginio Ferrari, number 11, in 4th place, because although he's about 2 seconds behind Barry Sheen, who is 3rd, he's not dropping back at all. Roberts has got the first opportunity to break, because he's coming into the Hanger Straight in 1st position with a clear road in front of him, and this is where he will really wind on the power to try and break the toe between himself, Hartog, who is 2nd, Sheen, who is 3rd, and clear off. But it's highly doubtful that he'll be able to do it the way these other two are riding. Will Hartog, 31 years old. Barry Sheen, number 7, 27 years old. Kenny Roberts, number 1, 28 years old. Not much in it as far as age is concerned. And Roberts right off the circuit, over the line. He will have lost a fraction of a second there. That shows you how very, very hard Kenny and Will Hartog and that man, Barry Sheen, are trying. Woodcote, the end of lap 11. Hartog in the white leathers. Kenny Roberts in the yellow outfit. And the gap between Kenny Roberts, Ferrari through in 4th place. Sheen up into 2nd position out of Hartog's slipstream. Van Dulman is still 5th. And then, although it's of academic interest, and Sheen riding up onto the curving there. Now, number 11, Ferrari is 4th. Behind Ferrari is Van Dulman. And behind Van Dulman, as they go round the right-hander now, is Christian Saron, the Frenchman. Down to Woodcote again to complete the 15th lap. And now Sheen doing it. It could well be that Barry Sheen, yes, at the end of the lap, and the crowd rises, the crowd roars, and Barry Sheen leads at the end of lap 15 down to Copse. Will Hartog dropping back all the time. So the Dutchman is either tired himself, and it's quite, and look at that! Barry Sheen, with absolute effrontery, not only looks over his shoulder, but takes his left clutch hand off the handlebar and waves to Kenny Roberts. And cares Kenny Roberts' answer? Don't you wave at me, young man, because this is what will happen to you. And Kenny Roberts has blasted past Sheen, who goes straight down behind the fairing now. The battle is well and truly on, if it wasn't on before. Sheen challenges again. They will know from their pit signals. Kenny Roberts from Carruthers, and Sheen leads. And even there, over the noise of the engines, you can hear the cheer of the crowd. And Roberts goes ahead of Sheen as they go under the bridge. Is he going to be able to hold it as they heel over? Yes, indeed he is. And again, Barry Sheen has been cheated of the lead as they cross the line, and that's where the race finishes. They are on lap 23 now. Roberts nearly went onto that concrete patch there. And what an indication of what a very, very cool rider. And is that Hartog? That's Hartog behind Sheen. Will Hartog is putting in a tremendous burst, and he's closing up on Barry Sheen. Will Hartog, who was some 5 seconds behind these two in the closing stages of the race, is piling on the power, and he's caught right up with the two in front of him. Barry Sheen on a work Suzuki like Hartog that you're looking at now. Number 3, the Dutchman from Aberkek, the grass farmer, who won at Hockenheim. And it looks as though Hartog, if he goes the way he is going now, could end up winning this race. He's caught up a tremendous amount in terms of time and distance on Sheen and Roberts. Sheen second, Roberts leads, Hartog third. First, second and third go round the right-hander. They're absolutely together. Coming up to Woodcote at the end of lap 27 to start lap 28, and with that tail ender in front of Barry Sheen, now Kenny Roberts goes through 0.69, 69 hundredths of a second ahead of Sheen, and that could well have decided the race in favour of Kenny Roberts, because Barry Sheen is just far enough behind Roberts, I think. Roberts even stands on the rest a little to look back there. But again, he's got two tail-enders in front of him, and Barry Sheen is indiscernibly gaining. Roberts into Beckett's. Sheen behind him. Roberts goes through on the inside of the tail-ender, and the tail-ender looks to me very much like Gianni Rolando, the Italian rider. Roberts is past him, Sheen is past him, down the hanger straight for the last time. The 28th time in this 28-lap race, into Stowe Corner for the last time. At 100 miles an hour. It's going to be one of the closest Grand Prix finishes for a very, very long time. Sheen is far enough ahead of Will Hartog not to have to worry about the Dutchman as they go to Club Corner. The last but one right-hander on the circuit, because they're coming up to Abbey, and is Barry Sheen going to be able to do anything about it? I doubt it. But Kenny Roberts goes into Abbey. It's that close, you can hardly divide them on the stopwatch. From Abbey up to Woodcote, underneath the bridge is going to be tremendously close as they go into the last corner of the race. This is it, at 130 miles an hour. The checkered flag is out. Kenny Roberts and Barry Sheen is gaining. And there is less than a machine's length in it with a fantastic race. with Will Hartog finishing in 3rd place. And Kenny Roberts won the 1979 Marlborough British Grand Prix at record speed, undoubtedly having shattered the lap record by less than a very, says, phew, as he shakes his hand. That was indeed, he says, a very close run thing. Barry Sheen has every reason to feel absolutely delighted.
Well, I told you, it was a great finish. And in fact, Sheen on that last lap clocked just over 117 miles an hour and set a new lap record. Well, we're going into something a little quieter now, but something that's totally historic and ranks as one of the greatest achievements in any sport at any time. And it concerns a commentating colleague and old friend of mine, the great England off-spinner Jim Laker of Surrey. Now, in 1956, the Australians were over here fighting for the Ashes, and when they came to Old Trafford, Jim Laker achieved something absolutely astonishing. Now, you'll notice, of course, this is old film, and the quality is not so hot, but that doesn't matter. It's the quality of the bowling that matters.
And this is the amazing film story of how Jim Laker bowls Australia. First to go is Colin MacDonald.
He's waiting, and Emrys Davis has given him out. Yes, I thought he must be out. Look out.
That's the beginning, and Australia's 48 for 1 becomes 48 for 2 as Harvey is clean bowled by Laker.
Ooh. Yes, he bowled him on stump.
Laker's Surrey teammate Tony Locke helps with 1 wicket, but then it's Craig, LBW, Laker.
Yes, he's out, LBW.
And without adding a run, Mackay is out. Caught Oakman, bowled Laker.
And he's caught by Oakman. They're appealing to the umpire, and Emrys Davis has given him out.
Australia 62 for 5, and there's no stopping Laker. Keith Miller goes next, caught Oakman, bowled Laker.
Shepherd caught him.
73 for 6 becomes 73 for 7 as the Australians collapse. Richie Benaud has a go, but he too becomes a victim of Laker.
And he's going to be caught by Statham.
Archer is Laker's next capture.
Ron Archer, stumped by Evans.
And then Maddox is bowled Laker. "84 for 9, with Laker bowling himself into cricket history. And he makes sure of it by bowling Ian Johnson, and so takes 9 wickets for 37 runs, something no Englishman has ever done before against Australia. And as Australia follow on, Laker is at it again. Once more, it's Harvey, bowled Laker. The next day, during a brief spell of play, it's Burke, bowled Laker.
Laker to Burke. Caught by Locke.
Rain robs Laker of further glory, but on the last day, he's back, and Craig's out, bowled Laker.
Yes, I should think so. Yes.
Now comes the breakthrough. Mackay has caught Oakman, bowled Laker.
Oakman.
Next to go is Keith Miller, out for a duck, bowled Laker.
And he bowled.
Victim number 6 is Archer, caught Oakman, bowled Laker.
Oakman.
All this time, MacDonald is batting well, but when he's hit 89, he too becomes bowled Laker. 7 wickets so far to Laker, and now it's Benaud, bowled Laker.
He bowled him.
198 for 8, and all 8 bowled Laker. And 20 minutes later, Linville too falls to the leg trap, bowled Laker.
He caught him, is he? Is he out? No. Yes, he's out. He's given out, waiting for the appeal.
Can Laker get all 10? That's the question everyone's asking as he bowls to Maddox.
Yeah, he's out. 10 wickets to Laker.
And it's Australia, bowled Laker. He's taken all 10 Australian wickets, a feat never done before in any test match anywhere. It's the sporting performance of the year.
The sporting performance of the year. Well, I'm not so sure it wasn't the sporting performance of the century. I don't think we shall ever see its like again. Incidentally, the voice you heard there in the narration was one that might well be very familiar to you. It was Len Martin, who for years was the voice of sport in the old Sports View programme, and later on, of course, in Grandstand. Now then, how about another piece of amazing cricket history? The date this time, August 1968, and the venue, the St Helens Ground in Swansea. At the wicket is Garfield Sobers, the former West Indian captain, this time playing for his county, Nottinghamshire, against Glamorgan. The bowler is the left-arm spinner Malcolm Nash, and your commentator, Wilfred Wooler.
And that she's got to pick that. That was the right distance. He's hit that out of the ground. Way up many a mile. Past the pylon there. Over into the road to the old cricketers. He's smiling all over his face. The ball's been returned. 46. 46 now to Sobers. And he's been at the wicket how long, Bill Edwards? 30 minutes, so a faster century than his already fastest is on. That's another one. Goodness gracious me, that peppered the top. You see the chap climbing up there to have a look over the wall. That peppered another hotel on the other side of St Helens. A magnificent shot, picked it on the up. More than to do with a few fielders stuck on the top of that wall over there. Some 7-footers, 52. He's got his 50 now. In how many minutes that, Bill Edwards? 20, how many? 29 minutes. 29 minutes. 52 in 29 minutes. That's another one up in the enclosure. The last person we saw hit like this is Margie Jahangir in that wonderful knock against Glamorgan a year ago. 3 sixes in this over. How many balls have you bowled? 3 balls, 3 sixes, 58. What an incredible bit of hitting. Oh, he's got that shorter one. It's up again. There it is, bouncing on the concrete. 4 sixes in 4 balls. We've had some very good hitting, a very good 140 by bowlers. But this makes him 64. 4 sixes. Wonder where Nash is going to bowl this one. And that will just carry. No, he's going to be out. Caught out. Oh, he's dropped it. He's over the boundary. Now, what? Where's my glasses? Somebody's pinched my glasses. Let's have a look. Roger Davis is asking. Chaos here. Roger Davis caught it, but he doesn't know whether he fell over the boundary or not. The umpire's going across to have a look. If he didn't hit it, that's a 4th. He's not allowed to go over that boundary line with the ball in his hands. He has to stay this side of it, and they're clarifying the position. The crowd are sticking their hands up for a 6. They want Sobers to remain. This is the most chaotic situation for a cricket field. Conference now between the umpires. This is really one of the bits of drama that would be worth looking at again sometime. And if there's any doubt, Sobers remains, in my view. Now the players are joining in. 6 it is! 4 on the trots. Sobers. 5 on the trot. 5 on the trot. Oh, this is incredible. Now, this is 6 on the trot's a world record. Been done before, but 70 on the board. And he's done it! He's done it! And my goodness, it's gone way down to Swansea. 6 on the trot. 36 in 1 over. My goodness gracious. What an over. What a batsman.
That last ball that Gary hit, he hit right out into the street that you could see in the distance there, and I believe the ball was picked up by somebody, and they made an appeal. Could you please bring the ball back, because we want to have it mounted and give it to Gary as a souvenir. And I understand that is precisely what happened. Well, now let's have some tennis, and let's look at a doubles match that's been described as perhaps the greatest doubles match ever played in this country. Now, it was played at Wimbledon, but it wasn't part of the Wimbledon Championships. It was a 1976 Davis Cup tie, a European zone final between Great Britain and Italy on #1 court. Now, the excitement, as you'll see, is absolutely intense, and it just isn't British patriotism, because it was said that on the day there was hardly an Italian restaurant open in Soho. All the waiters had come to Wimbledon. Now, Italy in this tie have won the first 2 singles, so it's absolutely vital now. Britain have to win this doubles match, otherwise they've lost the tie completely. Playing for Britain are the Lloyd brothers, David and John, and for Italy, Adriano Panatta and Paolo Bertolucci. Now, Italy are 2 sets to 1 up, and we join it in the 4th set. It's 4 games all, Bertolucci to serve. The commentators are Billy Knight and Dan Maskell.
Great.
Love 15. $15 all. $15.30.
And the Lloyds very quick to take advantage of a slight slip up in the combination of the Italians, a very rare occurrence. Rare occurrence, that is, that the Italians have slipped in their combination here on this court today. 15.30. Oh, I say.
$15.40.
Remarkable bit of anticipation and volleying, 2 break points. No, it's out.
30-40.
A little unlucky, John Lloyd, with the lob there. Really had the Italians straggling.
Game to Great Britain. 5 games to 4. Great Britain leads 4th set. Italy leads by 2 sets to 1.
just listen to that applause.
So David Lloyd serves for 2 sets all.
Now 15. Strike lead. All.
The last British service to go was David Lloyd's, who's serving now.
Oh. 15-30.
David's only dropped his service once. It was the last time he served, so he's got to hang on to this.
all.
5-4, 30 all. Great Britain in the lead in this 4th set. That's out.
So
that forcing volley of David Lloyd's gives Great Britain a set point. He's overdone it.
Deuce.
He saw Panetta covering the angled volley, and he felt, I suppose, that he had to play it absolutely to the line. Deuce.
I got it.
Advantage Italy.
Okay.
Deuce.
It needed a lot of courage for John Lloyd to go across at that moment to intercept. Great point. Deuce. Yes.
Advantage Italy. Deuce.
What an astonishing game this is. Lovely, lovely drop volley there. Well disguised by David Lloyd. Back to deuce. Oh, I say,
what a volley. Advantage Great Britain.
And that absolutely inspired volley by David Lloyd gives Great Britain their 2nd set point to make it 2 sets all.
Deuce.
This is a staggering game, absolutely unbelievable. Great Britain with 2 set points. The Italians have had 2 break points. David Lloyd serving to Bertolucci.
Advantage Great Britain.
So David Lloyd's volley again forces an error, and it's the 3rd set point.
Oh. Deuce.
So 5 deuces and a backhand pass down the line out of this world by Panatta. Deuce.
Advantage Italy.
So the third break point for the Italians.
Deuce. Advantage Italy.
So for the fourth time the Italians have a break point due to that glorious backhand, attacking backhand by Bertolucci. It's out. No.
Deuce.
Most attractive low volley I've seen, just missing the line. Extraordinary. Deuce.
Advantage Italy.
It's in.
Game to Italy. 5 games all, 4th set.
Now, of course, there's no tie-break in Davis Cup play, and amazingly enough, another 19 games have gone by before we rejoin it, with Italy always just pulling out in front and Great Britain always just pulling them back. In fact, Britain saved a match point at 9-10 on John Lloyd's serve. Now, we're going to rejoin it in the 4th set, and remember, Britain have got to win this set, otherwise they've lost this tie. The score now is 14-15 against the British pair. It's David Lloyd to serve.
Love 15.
And Bertolucci winning that point with perhaps more topspin on the ball than the server, David Lloyd, anticipated, dropped in. That's out.
15 all.
Oh, I say, what a dream.
$15.30.
I doubt whether Bertolucci will ever hit a more important shot than that, nor a better one. 15.30.
$15.40.
And that really is a bit hard to bear.
Please.
That net court smash gives Italy 2 match points.
$30.40.
So it's still match point for Italy. What a situation for Johnny Lloyd there, with all the time in the world and making the right decision. Juice. No, it's out. No question.
Advantage, Great Britain.
The Italians getting a little bit excited now. Well out.
And Nicky Pietrangeli very quick to tell his team that that ball was definitely out, to forget about it, to get on with the game.
Deuce.
So Bertolucci, the man of the match for the first 2 sets, who died a little bit at the beginning of the 4th, really playing magnificently again now. Deuce.
Advantage, Italy.
So, match point once again. So,
Deuce.
in this game alone,
Quiet, please.
3 match points saved and 1 earlier. Deuce.
Advantage, Italy.
And Bertolucci playing like a man possessed as he gives his country their 4th match point.
Deuce.
And interesting here, the British boys have changed their formation, both brothers on the same side of the court. This is to stop the cross-court return. And that's a racket that's gone. They've knocked a hole in the racket, I think, of Bertolucci.
Advantage, Great Britain.
The frame cracked, but what a good serve by David Lloyd on a critical point with his partner in the wrong position, right on the line, very heavy, wonderfully courageous.
Game to Great Britain. 15 games all. 4th set. Quiet, please.
So 4 match points saved at 15-14. And they had one earlier at 10-9. And that is serving to David Lloyd.
Oh. 15 love. Love. $30-15.
Well, Bertolucci has simply gone mad in this last couple of games. Everything he's done has turned to gold.
Game to Italy. Italy leads by 16 games to 15, 4th set, and by 2 sets to 1.
And it will be John Lloyd who will have to serve the 11th time for the British pair to stay in this match.
Watching from everywhere, that's the gallery overlooking court number 1, the gangway from the centre court, and really absorbed in this match. John Lloyd serving. 15-16, 4th set.
Love 15. Love 30.
A superb interception by Bertolucci. Beautifully timed as he went across there. Love 30.
$15.30.
And it remains absolutely astonishing, the pace and tempo of this match.
$30 all.
15-16, 30 all.
Out.
Well played.
40-30.
And at last, Bertolucci becomes human. He makes an error.
Come on.
Game to Great Britain. 16 games all. Fourth set. Quiet, please.
That's the situation, the match having been in progress 3.5 hours, including
Quiet,
the 15-minute
please.
interval. Bertolucci.
$15 love.
I think it was on the back edge of the line, but we'll wait for the decision.
$15 all.
Yes, on the back edge of the line. 15 all.
$15-30.
The most exquisite blocked return by David Lloyd there.
$15-40.
Well, this is what the British boys have been waiting for. 2 break points.
Game to Great Britain. Great Britain leads by 17 games to 16. Fourth set. Italy leads by 2 sets to 1.
And have you ever heard anything like that? Reflecting that at 10-9 the British boys saved a match point. At 14-15 they saved 4 match points. And then they played a game like that. wonderful game played by the British boys. They won that game through superb play. Wonderful lob by John Lloyd. Great return by David and a good interception by John.
Please.
David Lloyd serving for the set.
Oh!
Now 15.
Well played, David. Well, I think that's a rally that will live in David Lloyd's memory for his life.
Oh!
15 all. 17-16, Great Britain.
15-30.
I'm sure London Southwest 19 has never seen or heard anything like this before. Paul Hutchins there, the captain, trying to keep calm. He looks impassive, but I bet his old heart isn't half beating down there. 30 all. And absolutely magical play there by Bertolucci. Anticipation and execution. It's out.
Use. Advantage Great Britain.
So Great Britain once again has a point for 2 sets all. That's it.
Game and 4th set to Great Britain, 18 games to 16.
34 games to finish a set. So 2 sets all, final set. Great Britain now leading by 5 games to 2. David Lloyd serving for the match.
love. love.
So 2 first services in and 2 points. 30 love.
Love.
So 3 match points for Great Britain.
two-set match for Great Britain.
Well, it was a great win by the Lloyd brothers, but I'm afraid it was only temporary relief for Great Britain because Italy won the final two singles, they won the tie, and they went on to win the Davis Cup for the first time in their history.